The first part about making money is understand it is all mental. That is one of the truest things I've ever said.
One of the things that I've noticed is there's a lot of chatter, and it's part of that entitlement mentality. Damn, the good days are gone. I can't get that unit for $1 and make $2,000. No, the good days are not gone. What's messed up is your expectations. You expect this to be easy. And when it's not easy, then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I was tricked, bamboozled, led astray. They lied to me. No, no one lied to you. Understand, there's still opportunity out there. And money is everywhere. It's a matter of you reformatting this mental space of yours to actually accept the situation the way that it is versus the way that you want it to be, which is easy. It's not going to be easy. It never was easy. Right now, with the advent of the shows coming on and many of the things that you see out there, it's very easy to get caught up in what I call a home run mentality. Buy one unit, make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 grand, then you're set. It doesn't work that way. I have bought many garbage units. I have bought many units that were horrible, terrible. But there's a certain amount of paying dues, and there are people who just don't want to pay dues. And they feel cheated because it doesn't happen like that. And that's the thing. And I want to tell you something. If that's your mentality, you're never going to win. You're never going to win. You're never going to make it. And I want to address an email that I got that I finally found. It was talking about my book. And you know what? Don't buy the book. Stop bitching about the price, because I'll go down the list. You have blown more money chasing a chick you never ever got a chance to fuck than the cost of this book or all of the books. You've wasted more money buying stuff that you wore once, if at all, and is still in your closet. You've wasted more money piddling around trying to figure out what to do on the weekend, yet a book that teaches you how to make money is like, whoa, it's a book, therefore it should be in that box. And that box says that price. Now, understand, there's a lesson coming here. If that is your mentality, you're already blind to the things that are out there. You can only see what's in that box. That's all you can see. So look at this box, look how small it is, and look at all this other stuff that you're missing because your mentality is so small. All you can see is what's right there. Money's everywhere. You can make money on Craigslist without spending a dime. Is it easy? No. It takes time, effort, and consistency. But people don't want to do that. So, hey, I had a bad day on Craigslist. I'm about to give it up. I sell on Craigslist, and there was this chatter that, things aren't moving, and, definitely stuff it's harder to sell stuff on Craigslist. And I have been selling stuff on Craigslist last 2 years, and until I took a break, I was selling something every week. The more you list, the more you have to sell, the more you will sell. You have people with what I call home run mentality. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, and they keep posting and posting and posting, and then they're like, yeah, that's what happened. Nothing happens. That's what's happening. Nothing. And they're very disillusioned and disappointed. You must increase your scale. Let me say it again. Money's everywhere. But the thing is, do you have the eye to recognize what money is? Because there's times I have bought units and the money was right there. Right in front, right there. And people were like, hey, you're crazy for buying that. You have to have a certain knowledge base. You need to educate yourself. And I'm going to say this as gently as I can. You send me a question like, where can I find the units? How do I get into business? I'm going to point you to the free playlist, because 99.8% of those questions are in the playlist, and all you have to do is watch. Your only cost is your time. The reason I'm being such an ass in this video is People, you got to stop being so damn lazy. That is killing you. It is not going to be easy. The world is reverting back to the way it used to be. Survival of the fittest. That's where we are. And if your life isn't moving the way you want, or things are not panning out, you really have to check your fitness level. It's not going to get any easier. And I'm going to say something that no one else is going to say, because, the stock market's going up and down and the economy, believe it or not, the economy's getting better. If it's not getting better for you, there's a reason. It may be an education reason. It may be a resource reason. It may be you don't get up and get out and get something type reason. Because everyone's looking at the market, and many people, and I've talked about it, the stock market's being manipulated. It's sheer panic because companies with great fundamentals are being beat over the head, and there's no reason for that. So right now, I will say this. If you have the money, this is the time to buy well-researched, proper companies. Not just to buy any and everything. But this is the time to buy because everything's on sale. And yes, I have moved away from, I said, we're on the tail ends of what I call our own depression. There are segments that are still in it, but this is different. Corps have trillions of cash. And everyone's talking about the credit crunch, the credit crunch. Before I opted out, my mailbox was full of pre-approved authors. 2007, 8, 9, that was not the case. Wasn't happening. Now, Chuck just popping up. Building. I drive around a lot. And I'm actually, taking a little time off. Subdivisions. I know it blew my mind, but they're building subdivisions again, which means they got the cash from somewhere. So all this credit crunch stuff, no. If your economy's not moving, you're doing something wrong. Take ownership of your economy. That's right. It's your economy to create, because everyone's going like, it's so hard. No, your mentality. You need to start saying, I'm going to go out and I will make some money today. And then when you make some money, you come back and the next day it's like, okay, I made some money yesterday. Today I'm going to make more. And then you start defining it. And like this week I'm going to make 500. Then next week I'm going to make 550. One of the things about creating goals and stretching them is because you can't go from 500 to 10,000. You can go from 500 to 600. This is 600 to 700. This, and so on. There's a certain progression, and if you continue to progress, you'll get to that 10,000. But it's not going to be a long, broad jump. That's the thing that's killing us. I'm telling you, these are very exciting times. These are very exciting times. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, and with the storage auction shows, I got a question. It's like, you did your review and they're showing units that were losing stuff, and dude, that wasn't the case before that review. Trust me. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at the original episodes. That review did a lot. I got a lot of hate on that review, but things changed because I spoke out, because it was some bullshit. But understand, there's plenty of meat, plenty of fat on the bone in storage auctions, picking, flea markets. The secondhand or resale market is on fire right now. For those folks who were established and already had a good supply chain and a good customer base, they're making money like this. It's just ridiculous. And you can't get there when you just started. That's the thing. I get this email every day, and it's like, I got these goals, and the goals are great. The timelines are ridiculously compressed. It ain't happening, player. It ain't happening. You don't have the time. You don't have the experience yet. Understand, when I was growing up, we used to have this thing called first place, second place, third place, fourth place. Now we live in a society that if you're not number one, why even bother? I think that's a loser mindset. Everyone's not going to be number one all the time. It's not going to happen. Get over it. That doesn't mean, and I want you to think about it. The number 700 richest man or woman in the world is still worth hundreds of millions of dollars. If not, because I don't know how many billionaires. I don't even look at that stuff anymore. But they're definitely worth hundreds. Yeah, they might be a billionaire, because there's like 400 or 500 billionaires worldwide. And that's number 700. Not number 2, not number 3, not number 10, number 20. That's 700. So what I'm saying is, just because you're not number 1 doesn't mean you will not be where you want to be. Let that go. determine your goals and build yourself up to getting where you want to be and where you're comfortable, because everyone can't be a millionaire, but everyone can make six figures. It's just going to take some time building a proper business. And understand, money's everywhere. Open your mind. Stop saying things like, I can't. It's too hard. That's loser mentality. It wasn't in the cards. And if you are a Christian and I'm about to say something you're going to consider blasphemy. That whole thing, well, God didn't want me to have it. I believe in God, and the God I believe in is about abundance. And this is not some prosperity ministry. But that whole God didn't want me to have it, it's like that old joke where the guy was sitting on the roof and the water was rising, and then a guy comes by on the log and says, hop on. And the guy's like, no, I'm waiting on Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Then the water rises a little bit more. Then a guy comes by in a boat and he said, hey, hop in, the water's rising. He said, no, I'm waiting on Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Then the water's coming and the water's up to his neck, and the guy comes by in the helicopter and drops a rope. He's like, climb on, buddy. Oh no, I'm waiting on Jesus Christ, my Lord Savior. As you know, the guy perished. He drowned. And he gets up to the pearly gates and he's like, St. Peter, how come Jesus didn't send me, some help? Then Jesus peeks around the gate and said, I sent you a guy on the log, I sent you a guy in the boat, and I sent you a helicopter. What else did you want? Recognize that God has sent you stuff that you're not even checking for it because you're over here looking at something else. I'm telling you, you got to open your mind and just say it. Money's everywhere. When you tell yourself there's opportunities and there's money everywhere, you will start to see it. As long as your mind is closed, you're going to miss opportunities. Right now, because I'm getting ready to really just do a lot of different stuff. But right now, there's so many opportunities out there that you could be taking advantage of. But a lot of these opportunities are like that ugly duckling in high school. Before the braces, before the laser, the lace, before the hair. It's just like all you see is that ugly duckling, and you're going to the right. Then after someone else comes in, it's like, whoa, look at that sculpture, look at that foundation, look at that structure. And they do a few things, and that ugly duckling is a beauty queen. Then now you want to come in after all the hard work's done, but you can't reap those rewards because you didn't come in at the ground floor. And that's what I'm saying. Let this pie in the sky, I'm going to get rich overnight stuff go, and realize that to the sure, to the steady, and the prepared, money's everywhere. All right, this is Glendon with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions.